Millers.
Millers? Okay.
I'm Alan. He's Greg.
Are you guys brothers?
Yep.
Okay. So, what can you tell us about what we're looking at?
Okay. Well, this is what they call a bobsled, and it was used on farming. My great grandfather. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be great grandfather. He bought it at Daniel Schaefer's Hardware in Hooversville, actually, in 1902. My father had it in his barn above the granary, and decided one year he'd restore it. So he took it into my garage, spent the whole winter on it.
The seat's not original.
See, it's not original.
No.
Yeah, the seat and the toe board.
But back when my great grandfather got it, they used to use it for everything. They hauled manure out. They told the story. My great grandmother forked it on. Then they took it out because the snow was so deep. They put it on a pile, and then they forked it back on in the spring when they could spread it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It was pulled by horses originally.
Yeah.
Strictly horses.
Horses.
Yeah.
Do you know how many horses pulled at once?
And then what they had on it, 2 to 4.
2 to 4.
It was used for grain, corn, hay. My grandfather used to load it up with hay in the wintertime and take it to the mines in Wimber. And there was 2 guys that had the same rigs, and they would take turns going up POS of A, which is a big hill out of Hooversville. They'd unhook one team and double up so they could make it up the hill.
Wow. So, are you gentlemen from Hooversville?
Yeah, we live, it's Hooversville RD, outside of Hooversville.
And so they would take it to the mines for what purpose?
Take the hay, feed the
To feed the horses at
Yep.
the mine?
horses, and they had ponies that hauled the the coal out of the mines. And that's what it was used for. It was used basically on the farm like a wagon is used now. Hauled whatever they needed hauled.
So basically, they could only use it during the winter months because
Yeah.
of it being such.
Well,
They
then
did
they
have-
have to switch it over to wagon wheels.
Yep. They had a rig where they could switch the bed part of it over onto a wagon that was just wheels. Be like you can see it down there.
So
It would just be wheels and a frame underneath it to set the body on it, and then they'd use it in the summertime to haul hay into the barn.
There is a couple pieces missing. There used to be a handle on the side here that it went down and it had like a sprag on it. So in the wintertime, it folded back. So when you push the horses to it.
That was the braking system.
oh,
So would it just come like straight down? Like I don't.
No, how did it go? It went on here. You ever see Western where they had the lever here for the brake?
Yeah.
In the winter or summertime in the wagon, it went against the wheel.
Right.
And had like a paddle drag the wheel. In the winter snow, I think it went back, and on that back there, it dug down into the ground.
Okay.
It made it, it was only maybe that wide, and it dug like a plow.
Okay.
It dug down in to hold you back.
So more like a plow or like an anchor almost
Yeah.
versus a brake like on the wheel.
There's a lever, and then the arm went back, and it pivoted it.
Okay.
Whenever the handle was forward, we'd be up, and then when they pulled it back, they'd kick it down into the ground.
Okay.
It would drag it like.
Very cool. Well, I guess that's something I'd never think about, that you need brakes in the winter too.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe more so.
well, and just thinking about, like you were saying about going up that steep hill. I mean, oh my golly, I wouldn't even.
Well, the one team couldn't take it up over, so they'd unhook at the bottom there at 403, and they'd hook the 2 teams together and take one load up to the top. They'd bring them 2 teams down and hook onto the next one to get them up on the top. Once they got up there, then they took the 2 sleighs again with the.
It was an all-day trip. They also used it in the wintertime to haul milk. They would put their milk cans in there and take it to a place where they'd meet a truck. With the truck, you'd get so far, and then they'd Back in the old days, they put milk in 5 and 10 gallon cans,
Okay.
and that's what they'd throw them on there and take them to the truck. And
Dad, there was like 4 or 5 small farms out there by us. And Dad had the tractor and he had the big chains on it. So everybody couldn't get the milk truck in. So he'd go up over the hill because the snow would blow off the top of the hill. And then he'd go out across and then they'd get down to Hooversville. He'd collect everybody's milk. He'd bring it out to them on the path that he took down through. And then they'd have empty cans in the truck and they'd bring back and then and then when they really got the cans full, why they'd done it again. Back then, the neighbors helped each other.
That was something we've been learning about just reading different books, just about how farming changed. Like just over the years, how it used to be almost a community where you would help each other. The book that I was reading was based off of steam engines and how they had to go out and thresh together and do all that because they had to. But then once newer tractors came in, it sort of the farmers didn't have to depend on each other as much, and how it changed the face of farming. Just interesting to read that.
yeah, up until the 60s or 70s, where we grew up, there was 5 or 6 farmers around. They'd fill silo, they'd thresh, they'd do whatever they needed, and it got the work done faster. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
They all
changed
couldn't
now,
afford
definitely.
the gas men or tractors and that.
Yeah.
So they depended on each other more or less.
Well, and it also gives you an appreciation, just like what you were saying about your dad. Farming was hard. Like the people that did farming, they were a rare breed because they were hard workers. Like I can't even imagine being out there in the cold, driving up through with no heat, hauling milk. Yeah.
Yeah. We got into restoring a lot of stuff. Dad did that. We did a few tractors. I don't know how many we did do. 8 or 10 restored them.
Oh wow.
Some of these we did.
The white one, my dad died before he died. My mother died with heart trouble. And my brother died with cancer.
Dad had the tractor painted the colors for heart cancer.
The whites were cancer and the reds for the heart. So he died with cancer and we added his name.
Come from a farm-all family, like this is something that we're finding out. If one had, then everyone was farm-all. Your blood basically all ran red that way, but
yeah,
farm-all family. So was your dad the first original that started with the farm-alls, or did
great grandfather?
Great grandfather. Okay.
Yeah.
He started out with the F20.
Was there a reason why? Was there a farm-all dealer in Hooversville? Is that how he started off, or was it just you liked it?
Dad's story was that he had a John Deere dealer and a farm-all dealer bring tractors out, and there's a big hill that my great uncle owned a farm on. They took the tractors out there and went plowing with them, and the John Deere just didn't do it.
And there was different ground. I mean, it started out flat, then you went around, and then it got a hilly, and then it went the other way. And they said the farm-alls done a better job than the John Deere.
Plus, we had a dealer that was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that all comes into it.
Yeah. Well, and we've been finding that out too, because I guess that's just sort of the way it was.
I still say half of it, if you had the dealer close, that's what everybody liked.
Yep.
Because that's what was close. And back in them days, it's not like today. You jump in a vehicle and go 30, 40 miles, nothing to it.
Well, and we had someone else tell us recently that back in the day, if your tractor broke, the dealer brought you one typically to the field so you could finish. So that was a learning curve for us too. And the one person told us their dealer, I don't know what it was, if they were on vacation, whatever, but the tractor broke in the middle of needing to do, and a different dealer brought something in, and that's what the family stuck with from there on out. So it was just sort of interesting to find that out.
That's the way it worked.
Dad started out, when he first started farming, he had a BN and a farm-all, M. And he helped all the neighbors and they helped him, put the crops and that in. But at our BN, I still have the corn planter. There's four of them went together and bought the neighbors, and they all used it. and Dad had the BN, which it worked out good for it. So he planted all the corn.
Yeah, lots of acres.
And that little BN went through 3 kids and Dad. And it was put through the
It
mill.
was put through it. So I on the sled, have you guys had it out in the snow recently? Like, have you guys
No.
No. I just had to ask. It's such a rare piece. Like, this is something that we've never seen.
Yeah.
Dad changed it. It looks like it could be hooked up to horses, but the tongue, I remember he took us on a sleigh ride, but we hooked it to the tractor.
I can understand that.
We didn't have the horses, so we had to get the horses, red horses out.
Do you have any memories of it outside of, just changing it up or anything from when you were kids?
Not really. When we were kids growing up, it was on the top of the granary in the barn, so it was just kind of out of sight. But the grandkids come along, and we had pretty good snow, and Dad said, we ought to get that bobsled out, take the grandkids for a ride. So that's.
So the grandkids are what got it done out.
It's probably up in the corner, or on the granary, I'd say at least 15, 20 years.
As long as I can remember. He bought it at my great-grandfather's farm sale. And I don't remember when that was, but I think it was back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So it was quite a while.
Do you remember what year he restored it?
Around 2000, somewhere around there.
And did he just repaint it? Did he
There were some repairs that needed done. Well, the seat and the toe board in front, those needed replaced. Most of the wood, except for 1 or 2 boards in the bed, is original. But he just kind of tightened things up that were loose and then ended up painting it. He made that trailer that it's on. He made that for that.
He made it so we could get it off and back on. Because he had ramps made for an end there. So you could slide it off and then slide it back up on.
Did he typically take it to shows
yeah.
this? And
Yeah.
He was in Johnstown Parade.
Okay.
Johnstown, Somerset, Boswell, all over. Anywhere. Once
Stoystown.
people found out about it, they were calling them to come to the parades and stuff with it.
And the fact that it's all original to me and it's wood is even a more
Yep.
testament to it.
Yeah, if it had been outside, it'd have been,
Yeah.
even the metal parts would have been destroyed.
But even to think that it went through all that snow and manure and this,
Yeah.
I mean, it had a life. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing when you think about it. Those runners are all the original. Those were not replaced.
And I guess, and I don't know if you guys know this, but like the runners, the metal parts on there, is that handcrafted? It wasn't mass produced, was it? Do you think it was handcrafted?
Parts of it, I think, were made in a factory, but
Because he bought it through a store.
back in those days, though, a blacksmith could duplicate anything that's there, really. It takes a little time.
Yeah, underneath there, you can tell. See, you can lengthen it out on this centerpiece. So if you had to shorten it, you could, and if you could lengthen it.
So then what advantage does that give? Like to
Just depends on what you're hauling in that. It would be better longer, and some things you want shorter.
how much weight could this carry? Like could it hold?
I don't know, weight-wise. I think he told me it would take, it would haul 75 bushels of grain, is what it was rated at. And if I remember right, they stacked 75 bales of hay on it when they went to Wimber with it.
Wow.
And what they did when they was picking corn, they take it off the stalk, they throw it on there, and then they take it in and put it up on their overloft and leave it dry some. And then in the winter time, they'd go out there and take it out of the husk.
I'm sorry, you said 75 bales of hay is what they would stack? Wow.
That's why they needed 2 teams to take it up together.
Yeah. Well, and that sort of makes sense. There's a hay baler demonstration down there, and we were doing QR codes and just learning about that and putting it online. And they were telling us back in the day, those hay bales were like 110 pounds a piece.
The old
and
wire
that,
bales.
yeah, and that time, and boy, there's 4 horses.
The ones they put on there weren't that heavy.
They weren't that heavy. Okay.
you could adjust the size of them. So
Okay.
they get them for what they were going to do with them. 75 bills sounds like a lot, but you can really, if you stack them right, you can put a lot of hay on that. When 9/11 happened, Dad was painting his barn.
Wow.
So my sister's husband was in the Navy. He's retired now. But they decided we ought to have a flag on the barn. So guess what? We got a flag on the barn. Well, when Dad passed away, we had to split the farm up. Greg got the barn, bought the barn and some acreage.
Yeah, Dad said about getting that out. We didn't know. Well, it took, what, 3 or 4 of us to get it down out of the granary.
Oh, I'm sure.
It does come apart. The bed came off
Yeah,
here.
you can pull.
This all lifts up out.
Okay.
You could actually take the bed off. Like if you want to haul a log or something, you could actually put a log on it then and use it for that
That's
too.
what they did.
They use it for everything.
Wow.
They said back when my great grandfather was building out there, and he had a nice farm. They used to clear the ground. It was on a hill, and they put trees out like this with posts under them, so they could roll it out. They built a big bonfire, and they kept rolling them logs. They couldn't have any use for the wood. There was that much wood that he cleared off.
Yeah, those were tough guys. I wouldn't even think about doing what they did.
Yeah, back in the day, though, we done horseshoe work.
That's what we say about you guys. You guys are the tough guys.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Old time, that's how they held it together with the chain.
Oh.
That was a homemade.
Right
well,
there's
maybe
when he
not.
did it. 2003 is when he restored it.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, that.
So you guys had it from 1902, and then you restored it.
He's in the
In the
family.
family.
Yeah. Great grandfather bought it, used it for all those years, and then Dad bought it at his farm sale, and we're keeping it.